Okay, so we have our ball animating. It looks better now with the roll. It's moving nice and properly. We've got the light set up. The pool table is a lot larger. So now what we can do is you can think about your cameras, right? So cameras are affected by keyframes just the same way every other object is. So let's say you want to have a camera that's kind of swooping in and moving and rotating and panning just for a more dynamic, lively shot, right? Instead of the static spot that we're in now, I mean, that's fine. The animation is playing just fine. But if you wanted to actually have the camera move through space and, if you were animating your rooms, for example, if you wanted to kind of come in and move around doors and change levels, get higher, get lower, all in the same sweeping motion, well, this is how we would do that. So I'm going to stop the animation. Okay, I'm going to put it at the first frame. So the camera that we're using right now is just the default perspective camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new camera. Okay, and I'm going to put it into position. Let's say, well, let me change to it. So let me come to perspective and then camera one. That's the one that I just created. Okay, so let me get my bearings here real quick. And let's see what would be like a cool. So let me play this again so I can see, okay, where the ball is moving to, moving from. Okay, let me stop that. Okay, so let's just say, let's come in like here. Okay, so let's say I want to start here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep the camera out and to the left and kind of rotate so I keep tracking on the ball. So I have the camera that I'm on right now, camera one, is in position where I want it. Let me just go down a little bit more. Okay, so here I'm where I want to be. So now I'm going to come to panels and I'm going to go back to the perspective camera, and then here I'm going to rotate around. Oh, what happened here? Okay. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it. So there's the camera. Okay. That's the camera that's set. So right now I'm going to come back to frame one. Okay. And I have the camera selected. And these are all the attributes at that keyframe one with the camera. So with the camera selected, I'm going to hit S. Okay. So that locked all of that in. Okay. And then as the animation plays, right? We can see this is the camera. It's looking this way. What I want to do is I'm going to have the camera sweep out and around, and then but still looking at the ball here. Okay. So I'm going to stop the animation. I'm going to put it on the last frame. And then what I'm going to do with this camera is I'm going to kind of move it out. Right. I'm moving it. And then I want to rotate it. Okay. Now here you'll have to do a little bit of trial and error where it's kind of hard to see what the camera is going to see in real time, like with the animation. So you kind of have to just play around a little bit. But basically, yeah, I move the camera. Now, all these little movements that I'm doing, they don't mean anything. All it's doing is it's tracking the beginning and the ending position, and it'll fill in everything it needs to keep the camera moving in the way that I want it to. Okay. So I've moved the camera the way that I want. I'm on the last keyframe. Whoops. What did I do there? Okay, hang on. Let me just do this again. Sorry. So I'm moving the camera out. Okay. And then I'm going to rotate it a little bit. Okay. So I've made some changes. Now I'm going to hit S to set. I set all those values there. Okay. So when I play the animation now, you're going to see that camera is moving at the same time. And if we want to see what that camera is seeing, we need to go to camera one. Okay, not the best, but it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I kind of like it, but I also kind of hate it. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Let me fix this. Let me just delete this camera. Okay, hang on. Let me create a new camera. Let's try this again. Okay, let me play this. Oh, sorry, hang on. Okay, that I'm going to delete. I don't like that camera. Okay. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna set this. Let me stop this. Put this at 1, and I'm gonna set that there. And let's see. Dang it. Sorry. You guys get to see my own frustrations here as well. Okay. And listen to my dog. Okay, set. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, I mean, that's kind of cool. All right, so that's how you would work the camera, okay? And like I said, I mean, I don't know, this is just kind of an optional thing to show you that how you can control cameras with keyframes as well. And you could set up multiple shots where you're switching from camera A to camera B to camera C, all in one animation, right? More on this later, but the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get this ready to share by making it what's called a play blast, and then along with some other render settings that we'll go over in the next video. Okay, so I'll stop this here. We'll do one last